Welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to use the Genkit developer UI to see actual Genkit flows in a proper UI format. So let's get started. So first I have just created one simple folder named first. You can name it whatever you feel like, and I have just cd'd into that particular folder as well. Next let's get started. So first you require NodeJS version 20 or later. Then here you can see we just need to run this npm init-y command, so it will create the package.json file for us. So here you can see it has created, and it has created over here as well. Then we need to install few dependencies, so we just need to copy this particular bit of code and just paste it over here, so it will install the dependencies for us. Then we need to create an API key, so I'll just open this inside a new tab. So let's come over here, and here you just have to click on this create API key button, and here I'll just add this Gemini API, create API in existing project, so it will create the API for us. So we'll copy it later on. Then here we need to create our flow. So what I'll do is I'll basically copy paste this, and here I'll just create a file called index.ts. so it's up to you what you want to name it. So I'll just paste this particular code over here as well. Now here I'll just quickly go through this. So firstly here we have adding all these imports. Then here we need to add our API key as well. So here you can see something like this, but I'm not using environment variables. I'll just hard code this API key over here, given that this is just a test application which I am creating. So I'll just paste our API key, so something like this. So here we are just setting our Genkit with our API key and passing the Gemini model which we want to use. Then here you can see I'm creating kind of like a fake recipe. So to use the Genkit developer UI, always wrap your Genkit function within a flow, otherwise it will not work for you. So basically this is the input which we want to give to our function, and this would be the output. So it will give us the title, description, prep time, cook time, all that stuff. So here we just describe the main ingredients or cuisine type, and here we just do ai.define flow. Okay, so here we part our input schema, here we pass our output schema, and inside the input here you can see I'm telling us to create a recipe with following ingredients. So this is the ingredient. Okay, so here you can see it is the input type takes ingredient, right? That's why we need to pass this, as well as the dietary restrictions. So here you can see it also takes dietary restriction. If you don't pass it, then I'm just passing none. Okay, then here I'm just do ai.generate, passing in the schema, recipe schema output, as well as the prompt which we have generated over here, and whatever output we get, we just return it back. Then we just call that function from our main function. We pass the ingredient as avocado, as well as dietary restrictions vegetarian, and then we just print it to the console. Okay, now let's see how to run this. So to run this you just need to go to this particular URL over here. I'll just copy this. Now if you see, I have not installed the tsx dependency inside my package.json. That's why I will be using npx while running this. So what I can do is I can just paste this code. Now firstly my code is inside index.ts, so I'll just refactor this to index.ts. okay, and like I said, I have not installed tsx because I only have one TypeScript file. If you want to install tsx inside your package.json, you can do that as well. Now let's just run something like this, and hopefully it should start. I think it basically starts a server. We will get a URL. We need to just visit that URL, and it will show all our flows. So here you can see this is the URL. Like I said, we only have, sorry, this is the URL. Okay, telemetry API running on this, and our Genkit developer UI is running on port 4000. Like I said, I only have one flow. If you have multiple flows, it will show all your flows inside Genkit developer UI. So I'll just open it inside a new tab. Okay, and here you can see inside flows I'm able to see this recipe generator flow. So this is the flow which we have defined. Like sometimes I have noticed that it might take up to 15 to 20 seconds to show up your flow, so be a little bit patient. Okay, I can just click over here. Here I can just pass fish. So here if you noticed, we have passed avocado, but like I can pass fish as well, and I can just click on run. I have not passed the dietary restriction, so it is empty. So here you can see based on this fish, it has just created some, I think, some kind of a dish, a simple and delicious baked salmon recipe that's quick to prepare and perfect for healthy weeknight meal. Or I can just pass paneer as well over here. Click on run. So here you actually get to see the input output JSON. So that's the advantage of it. Something like, if you want to stream the response, you can check on this as well. If you have different prompts, like currently I don't have any prompts, you can change the, I think you can change the temperature as well from this, the top p as well, the top key as well. So it's up to you how you want to keep on doing this. And I think there was an option to change the models as well. I'm not able to find it, but yeah, I think it's over here. So you can change the model as well, but do note it, but be careful. Like I can't use all these models because I'm using the free tier of Gemini, so I'm only using this 2.0 Flash, which I know works completely fine. If you try to use some different model and you're still in free tier but that model is of paid tier, then it will not work for you. So hopefully you got the point. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.